that I am cool with being shocking, challenging, even offensive, if it's in my art and in my truth. But if it has anything to do with pushing people's buttons in the wrong way to further turn them off to that which I stand for, I will err on the side of caution. And one of the things that I make the biggest error on the side of caution has to do with money. I do not get paid for anything that I do. I do not charge for shows I do. I do not charge for CDs. I don't see any money unless God puts it on the heart of people to donate to my work. I would get this money from the National Endowment of the Arts and never have to depend on anybody I see face to face if they didn't see what I did as pro-religious. Now, if you ask any other Christian who hates me, I am hardly pro-religious. So if you piss on a picture of Christ, you can get money from the National Endowment of the Arts. But if you say Christians are assholes, apparently you are a positive religious person and you can't get any funding. I don't know. I don't think it's fair. However, that's just the way it works. So because of that, I have gone the more traditional route, and I had a friend who set up a nonprofit organization for people who want to support this ministry. And some of you have seen me 1,000 times. Some of you have seen me hundreds of times. Some of you have seen me half a dozen times, and this is your second time. You may walk away thinking, he makes money please a lot, but you guys have never heard me mention the word money ever. And if you hear me say this more than once every 3 months, it's only because I wrote myself a note to remember to do it at the first of every month. Because I try to do it because people want to know. People do want to help. There are people that really do have the need for a tax write-off. It being December 31st, 2009, we're down to our last few hours of tax write-offs. So all I want to say is there is a nonprofit organization that people can write checks to that turn around and fund this work if you will benefit from a tax write-off in 2009. You have till Sunday to write a check. And if you want to know where the monies go and so forth, please talk to me about it. But basically, I'm a single dad with 3 kids, and this is my full-time job, and I do everything on my own. I make the CDs, I do everything on my own. I don't have anybody that comes in and like cuts checks so I can make records or puts gas in my car. I mean, occasionally. But basically, I live off the kindness of others. But I don't want to manipulate people at my shows or turn people off. There are people that really do like to finance the arts. There are people that really like to finance ministries, and there's people that are in the position to not only do so, but to benefit from doing so. So periodically I have to say something. And I wish it were like at the schools where I could say, you get in a if you write $400 check to our choir program, you'll get $400 back from the government. But you all know how your taxes work. I don't understand any of it. However, God blesses our giving. And Jesus said, even the heathen take care of their own. So it's great if we're helping our family. It's great that we're helping our friends. Sometimes we do have to step out of the boxes. And God sees that as initiative on our part and responds with financial blessing. But again, that sounds like a really manipulative sermon waiting to happen, and that's just not my thing. So it's very hard for me to do this, but it was brought to my attention that it was the end of the year, and that would be a really thoughtful thing to do. If there's anybody that here or anybody that you may know that it may come up in the next few days, boy, could I benefit from them benefiting from a tax write-off. That took courage. And, oh yeah, there's the measly love jar. That sounds like a disco song from the 70s that didn't quite make it. The Love Jar. If you want to throw cash into this, these gloves aren't cheap. All right. There, I gave my speech. I think there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it was. But I nervously put on this glove, and I'm going to nervously take it off because I can't feel anything once I put them on. But they are keeping me nice and warm and moist. Ew.